I don't think so, no, because if you look at it scientifically, the male is a biological accident. That is why male gene is an incomplete X-female gene. So it has an incomplete set of chromosomes. In other words, the male is an incomplete female. I would describe males as completely egocentric, trapped inside themselves, incapable of empathizing or identifying with others, or of love, friendship, affection or tenderness. Ergo, a completely isolated unit, incapable of rapport with anyone.
So you're basically telling us men that we really want to be women?
Absolutely. Being an incomplete female, the male spends his life attempting to complete himself or become female. He attempts to do this by constantly seeking out, fraternizing with, and trying to live through and fuse with the female.
So basically what you're saying is that women are complete, men are not, so we are subhumans. If women are so complete, why the hatred towards the poor, underdeveloped man?
I don't believe that women do hate men. I think that men can't relate to anything other than their own physical sensations. They are dead, unresponsive lumps. They are incapable of giving or receiving pleasure or happiness. Consequently, at best, they are utter bores, but inoffensive blobs. Rather than offensive blobs, since only those capable of absorption in others can be charming.
How do you believe that men compensate for being not woman?
Well, I mean, for a start, they're responsible for war, the male's normal compensation for not being female, namely getting the big gun out. Since they have no compassion or ability to empathise or identify, proving manhood is worth an endless amount of mutilation and suffering and an endless number of lives, including their own.
You're talking always about the incompleteness of men. I do know plenty of women who are feeling quite inadequate themselves. And for example, women who think they're overweight, ugly, whatever, they're not complete and they're weak. There are also men who are quite content with themselves. How can you throw everyone in one pot?
Men do excel in one area, and that is in public relations. And in fact, women are not insecure. They may appear to be insecure, but this is probably, in the main, a way of making men feel better about themselves. We have to remember that a man's earliest experiences are with his mother, and throughout life he's tied to her. His greatest need is to be guided, sheltered, protected and admired by mummy, ever eager for approval and a pat on the head. And so feeling desperately insecure and feeling his woman will leave him, then he has to try and project these feelings of insecurity onto his woman.
Well, you must have fallen victim to men's and public relations yourself, because you have been married for 15 years, you have 3 children, and you describe your childhood and your upbringing as happy.
When I married my husband, I did actually love him. However, love is not dependency on sex, but friendship, and therefore love between a man and a woman is extremely rare and extremely unlikely, since friendship is based on respect and not contempt. Now, I'm lucky in that I share mutual respect with my husband, but most women are not as lucky as I am. Eventually, the natural course of events of social evolution will lead to total female control of the world and ultimately the cessation of the production of males.
Frankenstein and Dracula have